Welcome to your Neighbours spoilers for the 28th of September to the 2nd of October 2020. Where we left off with Neighbours, there was a siege going on at Erinsborough High. What a dangerous school that is. And it continues this week. Let's get on with the spoilers. So that siege then, Dax, the evil drug dealing, selling, whatever he's doing, Dax is holding prisoners at Erinsborough High, including Susan Kennedy, who's had a pretty shocking year, all things considered. He very quickly makes it clear that he's not afraid to do some damage to some of our favourites, dealing Richie a pretty devastating blow to the ribs that takes him out of action. Then, of course, there's Mackenzie, and she ends up in a pretty bad way when she's electrocuted by Dax's taser, the one he's had pointed at Susan throughout most of this. Yashvi is doing her best to be able to take him down, but with various characters that we know and love all in the school, trying to hide, trying to stay out of trouble, and with Mackenzie on the floor, unconscious and looking like she might die, will there be tragedy around the corner for our neighbours? Well, thankfully not, because Susan Kennedy quickly tends to Mackenzie and she's joined by resident Super Doc Carl Kennedy, and they're able to revive her and get her rushed to the hospital. Mackenzie, though, is pretty shaken when she finds out that she was technically dead for a little while there, and she begins to reevaluate everything, which includes forgiving Harlow and Hendrix for the environmental campaign shenanigans that went on. But is she going to forgive Richie too? He thinks that while she's in a forgiving mood, it might be the best time to approach her and try and sort things out. But will Mackenzie, with a new lease on life, be able to give their relationship another go? We hope so, we like these two. Not only does Yashvi have to deal with her drug-dealing boss, she also has to face the fact that her dad has come home early. And she's not the only one to be a little bit disappointed with him. Toadie makes his case that he thinks Shane's being selfish for coming back before he was officially allowed to, and Dippy in particular is extremely disappointed in him for doing so. Shane, though, is adamant that his marriage needs to take priority and that he got all he needed to get from the rehab centre in the first place. But with him leaving too soon, and with their marriage on continually shaky ground as the week goes on, is he going to regret his decision to come back early? There's more dangling for Ned, as his fandangle is once again requested by the person who's paying him money. Not just content with sending a picture, now they want a full video of his fandangle flopping about on the screen. Ned is apprehensive and initially says no until the money offered would be just about right for him to be able to get his business off the ground and to not have to go on Fandangle ever again. So he decides to go ahead and do it, but is he going to live to regret this decision? Yes, he probably is. There's more fallout from the dastardly Dax as Levi is forced to confess all to Sheila and Kyle about his epilepsy never having left him since childhood. Not only do they have to deal with that, but also the revelation that he and B are actually just in a secret relationship and aren't together at all. How long will that last? Place your bets now. Sheila is devastated that he's still experiencing fits and seizures and that he kept it secret, and while Levi realises that Dax switched his medication because Clive comes along and notices pretty much straight away, good old Clive, he's also worried that his job is going to be on the line. He has no choice now but to come clean to his bosses about what's been going on, and he knows full well that he could lose his job as a result. Are we going to be down to one policeman on Ramsey Street instead of two? Kinda hope so, but for Levi's sake, hopefully not. Looks like there's devastating news for Chloe and Pierce this week. Chloe is a bit shaken when Pierce says he wants to move out of Ramsey Street to a house on Eden Hills, as there's no way they can stay in that giant house that's more than big enough for all of them and a couple of kids forever. I don't know why Pierce wants to do that, but hey, he does. This rattles Chloe though, especially when Pierce says he wants another kid down the line. A concerned Chloe begins withdrawing from him a little, and while Pierce says that she should stay at home and rest when she says that she's not feeling well, in comes Nicolette with a different idea, suggesting that she and Chloe go for a long walk as that will help her. That soon proves to not be the case, as despite Chloe feeling a little bit better initially after walking, she soon experiences sharp pains in her stomach, and then she has to ring Pierce and say that all is not well with the baby. Really sad stuff coming up here for Chloe and Pierce. And how's Pierce going to react if they do lose the baby, and he knows that Nicolette was the one who talked to him to go for a walk in the first place? We imagine not very well. And finally, Rose's secret is out. She's been snooping around the office at Rebecca Law for quite some time now. And while Hendrix has known the secret and has agreed to stay quiet, he realises that Toadie's job could be on the line if he doesn't say anything. And so he fesses up to Toadie about what he knows, and Toadie is furious and fires Rose pretty quickly. Carl, though, suggests to Toadie that maybe there's more to this than meets the eye and that the story about her ex is true. But with Toadie so annoyed that she's broken his trust and put his career on the line, is he going to be able to give Rose a second chance, and does she even deserve one? So there are your spoilers for next week, September 28th to October the 2nd. Let us know what you're looking forward to in the comments down below, or what you're not too. Look out too for our spoilers coming for Coronation Street and EastEnders, and another big Neighbours interview on the way very soon, which we should be announcing any day now. Thank you for listening to this one. Do hit like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos and you want to see more content about your favourite soaps, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.